everybody. Dan Illman here with the DRF race of the day for Monday, June the 17th. It's race number 7 at Assiniboia Downs. Let's throw up the field for this maiden special weight. These are fillies and mares 3 and up, going 5.5 furlongs. Race number 7 at the Downs is the anchor leg of both the ASD Jackpot Pick 5 and the very popular $1 Pick 4 wager. The 20-cent ASD Jackpot Pick 5 begins in race number 3. The carryover going into Monday's card is over $124,000. The Pick 4, a $1 base wager, begins in race number 4. It has a $50,000 guaranteed pool. A little bit of everything here in race number 7 at the Downs. Horses trying the surface for the first time. First-time starters. A couple of horses coming off of layoffs. We'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector. And Timeform US has some horses involved in the early pace. I think the 6 Lola Lee is very likely. I'm curious to see what we get from Sebadas, the number 1, who is making her first start off of a layoff after racing twice on turf at Woodbine. I also think the 7 Blue Tango is a horse that can be forwardly placed. She didn't get off to the greatest start last time out, and that's why her running line looks like the way it does. It looks like she came from way off of the pace. Let's start things off from Sabadas, who made her first 2 starts at Woodbine on turf for trainer Mark Cassey. She took money in both of those races, and she showed speed in both of those races. She sold at the Keeneland November sale for $16,000 and is now going to make her dirt debut. She's got plenty of dirt pedigree. Well, she is a half to a turf stakes placed runner named San Constantino. That horse won 5 dirt races. The dam won on turf and dirt, the second dam won on dirt, and the dam is a half to a grade 2 stakes winning dirt runner named Buckle Up Buttercup. So Sabadas has plenty of dirt pedigree, ran into arguably better horses at Woodbine in her first 2 starts, is now going to have to deal with a layoff. We haven't seen her since early September, but she figures to show speed from the inside post, and if she repeats either one of the 2 Beyer speed figures she earned on turf, she's going to be very, very tough. Both of those exceeded this Beyer par of 44. The number 2 is Happy Birthday, one of the first-time starters, a 4-year-old filly. Now, the sire is still seeking his first debut winner. He is 0 for 31 with debut runners. The good news is the female family is pretty precocious. The dam was a debut winner. She was also a stakes-winning dirt sprinter, and the dam is kin to several quality black-type earners, so there is class and precocity on the bottom side of this family. We'll see what we get first time out from Happy Birthday. A couple of gate works leading up to this. Makes me wonder if she's kind of yet to solve the starting gate. We'll see how fast she breaks on Monday evening. The 3 is Pam's Awesome. Pam's Awesome only raced once last year as a 2-year-old at the Downs. It was way back in August. She was cold on the tote board. She didn't do any sort of running. She's been entered 3 times since then, and she's been a vet scratch on all 3 of those occasions. Now, she faced some pretty good horses in that one race. 2 next out winners, and the winner of that race then came back to place in the Winnipeg Futurity with a 45 Beyer speed figure. So it's likely she's not facing that caliber of competition here. I just wish she showed a little bit more in that debut, and now she has to deal with a lengthy layoff. Hyper Holiday is the number 4. She might be fit and ready to go in her 3rd start of the form cycle. She finished behind a couple of these last time out, but you get the feeling she's slowly racing herself back into shape. And if this pace gets hot, I could see Hyper Holiday rallying. She doesn't have a lot of early speed, so expect her to be near the back of the pack. Horses with that sort of running style need pace to attack. Maybe Hyper Holiday gets the correct race flow this time around. Whitney's Wish is the number 5, first-time starter by Old Forester. Solid with debut runners, 12% winners. The dam was unraced. The second dam, however, was a multiple stakes winner sprinting on the dirt in New York. So there is dirt pedigree here for Whitney's Wish. First-time starter with some solid-looking workouts leading up to this debut, although there are some gaps in between, and that makes me a little bit worried from a fitness standpoint. You notice the gap between the May 21st and the June 12th workout, 15-1 on the morning line. It's a fair price for a first-time starter if you don't believe in the horses with experience. Lola Lee is the 6th. This filly ran well in her career debut. She dueled inside the winner that day, and then she ran on to be 3rd, only beaten a half a length. It was really a nice performance for the coming out party. She's going to show speed once again, and maybe, just maybe, she'll improve second time out. I think she's a major player in this race because she has tremendous amount of upside potential with only 1 race under her girth, and she showed she could step that day. The 7 is Blue Tango. Now, this horse lost all chance in that race last time out behind Lola Lee. She's a speed speed horse. She didn't break very well. They tried to rush her into that race, and that trip rarely works out, and she understandably tired. Her previous start was her first race off of a layoff. She showed brief speed. She got involved in a pace battle, and she tired. She likely needed that race. So she has excuses for both starts, and those are the only two dirt starts in her career. She raced at Woodbine last year. The problem is, just looking at her overall profile, she shows speed and she tires, and it looks like there are other speed types in this race, so she's going to have to overcome perhaps a negative race flow to win this, but she does have excuses for her last two, and she'll be a price in here. Tree Hugger is the number 8. She finished ahead of several of these last time out when wired, and she was only beaten a neck. Let's watch Tree Hugger's race. Lola Lee runs 3rd in here. Tree Hugger's going to run 2nd. Hyper Holiday is going to run 4th. Lola Lee was involved in the pace battling the winner. Tree Hugger's had a good stalking trip. She came with her usual run. She's now hit the board in her last 3 starts, both of those starts on dirt to start this form cycle at the Downs. With her tactical speed, I can see her sitting a very good trip just outside of the speeds, a similar trip, and maybe she's found the right spot here. 3-1 on the morning line. The 9 is Mystery Dance, a horse who ran once earlier this month, only 13 days ago. She didn't take a lot of money. She was wired by the favorite that day. That seemed like a pretty decent field, though. The runner-ups already come back, ran 3rd in a maiden special weight with a 42 Beyer speed figure. Mystery Dance earned a pretty solid number while well beaten. Only a 35 Beyer speed figure, but the Beyer par for this is 44. With upside, I can see her approaching the 40s. She's a bit of an interesting player. If you believe in a horse improving drastically first to second time out, she's going to be a good price. Before we take a look at my top selection, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRF videos. Top pick time, race number 7 at the Downs. I'll go with Tree Hugger, the 8. She's not the morning line favorite. I like her tactical speed. We'll see what we get from Sabatas, the number 1, trying dirt for the first time. We'll see if Lola Lee can take that slow step forward in her second start after the promising debut. But I think you know what you're going to get from Tree Hugger, and that's going to be a rock-solid effort from Stalking Reign. So she'll be my top pick in the Monday race of the day. Remember, the 20-cent ASD Jackpot Pick 5 begins in race number 3, $124,000 plus carryover going into Monday's card. Pick 4 begins race number 4, $1 base bet, $50,000 guaranteed pool. Best of luck.